Papa Fred is he's a very, very special grandfather. Obviously, if it weren't for my papa, none of us would be here tonight. And even more than that, if it weren't for the kind of person that my papa was, or that my papa is, then our family wouldn't be as great as we are right now. It's his actions and his teachings that have really, really made our family how we are today. It's in every single grandchild, child, everyone, and it's really, it's a part of our family, Papa.
Knowing that I have a piece of my grandfather, Fred Ferber, in me makes me feel like a stronger person.
My papa is the type of guy that can walk into a room and make you smile. He has this aura that's just amazing. It brings happiness. He walks around and just sheds light.
We love Papa. He's always there for us. He gives all of his grandchildren great advice. He loves having talks with us.
I love going to visit him in Florida every winter. It's so fun. And I love to see him smile because then it makes me happy.
Papa always has great lessons. He's just so nice. And he's very strong. He doesn't act like he's turning 80. I can't even believe it. I'm like, Papa, are you like 60 right now? I thought Bubby was 62.
I love going tubing and going on the go-kart with me. I love when he comes and see me. And I'm just so glad that he's here.
A good memory I have with my papa is when we were in Florida. And this is kind of random, but we were in Florida and we were leaving, and we were in the car, and Mishu, his dog, was chasing us. So we get about halfway out the subdivision and we see he's chasing us. We come back, and then my papa's chasing Mishu, and I see Papa dive, like all-out dive. He's vertical and land on top of Mishu, and I've never seen him move that fast in my life, and it was insane. And then he gave us a smile, gave us a thumbs up, and he's like, "I got him."
When I grow up, I want to be just like Papa. He squeezes me, I squeeze him back. He's always happy every time I see him. He's always positive, and I love him.
Everything that I do day to day, I base basically off of him, because I always think to myself in situations, what would Papa do? What would he do in this situation? And that's kind of how I live my life day to day, because I know that Papa is just such an amazing person, and what he would do is always right in my eyes.
My grandfather has been a role model for me since I was very young.
My papa, he'll talk to me about if I'm ever feeling bad, he'll ask me why, and he'll help me. And he just tells me, he'll talk to me about the Holocaust and stuff, and just remind me of how much of a great life I have.
From as early as I can remember, some of my greatest times were waking up early with my papa and spending the whole day together. Golfing, sailing, tennis, shopping, the whole deal. It was a great time and I loved it.
And when Papa comes over, and he gives a big kiss and he squeezes me.
He really shaped me into a better person. From the day I was really understanding what was going on, he's been teaching me all these life lessons on, you don't always have to be right. You don't have to win the argument.
And whenever I go around and see all of his friends, they always turn to me and they're like, "Oh, are you Fred Ferber's granddaughter?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am," and I'm very proud to say that I can be, because not a lot of people can say that we can.
So the thing about my papa is he's also very wise. He's like all-seeing, I would say, not being all spiritual, but he knows what he's talking about. Like, anyone will tell you this, that he's one of the, like, he's very smart, but also in another way, he can, like, see how people feel, and he can make them feel better, and he can, like, when he sees them do something, he can tell if they know they did something wrong, and he will tell you that you did something wrong in a way where you just cannot deny it and you know he's right.
Papa always makes me feel like I'm the most important grandchild, which I am.
He's just a great guy.
Yeah, he's not queer. He's like really great. He dresses nice, not like some of the papas. He's not embarrassing. And like, I just think he's a really great papa. He's fun to be with.
He's much younger than I really think he is. Yeah, than he really is.
After the Holocaust and all the things that Papa went through, you'd expect somebody to be a bitter person, to be upset about life. But instead, Papa's so positive, so happy all the time, and he just gives off this aura that makes everybody else around him happy. And it's just amazing, and you just don't see that.
When we were in Poland and my grandfather was talking to me about it, you know, he wasn't angry, he wasn't sad or upset. He wanted me, I was with my brother, and he wanted just us to understand, you know, the type of, you know, places that people can get to, you know, that human people can do to each other. He didn't put that much emotion into it. You know, you can see in his eyes sometimes when we were walking around the camps. He just wants us to understand, you know, what happened, and we'll never understand. But it's important just to keep in mind what did happen and what my grandpa did go through, because what he went through really made him the person that he is today, and it really shaped our family, and he's very special.
Don't tell any of my brothers or sisters, but I think I'm Papa's favorite.
In the 7th grade, I wrote a paper about my hero, and I wrote about my Papa Fred Ferber. And just seeing him every day and how big of a smile he always has on his face just makes me feel so like special to be his granddaughter.
He's just a nice Papa.
The one thing that he's always said is that when you're giving tzedakah or giving any money, once it leaves your pocket, you don't feel it. You're not upset that you gave that money. You only will feel good about it. You're not going to miss the money, and somebody's going to use that money for something that they really need. And it's a really beautiful thing to think about, because everyone should give tzedakah. And when I've told this lesson of giving tzedakah, giving money to other people, when I say it in this way, it's a true thing. You don't remember the money once you've spent it. It's only hard to give it before. Once it's been given, it's only a good feeling, not a bad.
One thing about Papa is that he's really wise. Whenever any of his grandchildren need advice or any of his kids need advice, he's full of great ideas.
Throughout my life, my mom has taught me all these great and valuable life lessons, but little did I know that all these life lessons came from my Papa, and soon one day I hope to teach my kids all these life lessons.
Papa always taught me that I should always try my best. One thing that my Papa always taught me is that perfection is only in heaven, and there's no rush to get there. I actually wrote that down in one of my reports for school, and my teacher loved it.
I love spending time with him. We play like ping pong and chess, and it's really fun when we do that. And it's fun when we do anything, when we go golfing and tubing or anything. It's just fun to be with you.
What my Papa will do sometimes is he'll talk to us about being a better person in general, respecting our parents. If he sees I do something wrong, he will not even think twice about walking up to me and telling me you should not have done that and you should apologize. And I do most of the time when I'm not being stubborn. And he's right. He will never steer me wrong. Papa's a great person in general, and I love him.
One thing that Papa has taught me is to be respectful to everyone, no matter who they are or what they are, even if you don't agree with them or don't think they're right, you always have to give them the proper respect.
He takes me places, and I really like when he takes me, and we play tennis. But most of all, I like when he takes me golfing, because he teaches me new stuff. I always have a great time with him.
for my project in 8th grade, we had to talk about the Holocaust, and we had to do something about a survivor, so I obviously picked him. And it was just a nice project, and I learned a lot about him, just what he had gone through.
He's really smart, and he helped me with my school stuff.
He's a really wise man. He has a lot of lessons that he teaches us that I love.
Papa always taught me that whenever I'm in a bad mood or anything's wrong, I should just pretend to be happy. And before I know it, I am happy, and my whole day's going better.
He makes me feel special.
He's just like one of the guys.
And when I went to Poland with him, I saw how strong he was going through everything, and it just made me really thankful that I have him in my life and that I'm his granddaughter.
I loved dancing with Papa when I was little. We always did the cucaracha at his house, and it was just so much fun. I just love dancing with Papa and Bubby. I love him so much.
And with all the things he's gone through, it's amazing how he is such an amazing and happy person.
I'm really proud of him, and I love him.
I feel lucky that I have my Papa in my life.
Even though one of Papa's most famous quotes are that perfection is only in heaven, but I think that Papa is perfect. I think my Papa is just perfect.
He makes me feel very special.
You really need to take in every single word that my dad probably gets from my grandpa, but you need to take in every single word that he says, because there's such a weight in every teaching, every comment, everything he tells you, whether it be to, the way that you carry yourself to be a gentleman, or whether how you interact with your family.
He's very loving and makes everyone feel good when he talks to them.
And I love him more than love, and I'm glad that he's inside the world. And
He never yells, he never does anything. He just explains himself in a very quiet way.
I'm so lucky to have a great Papa, and he's really nice. He always helped me with stuff.
All of his life lessons are just so impactful, and I use them in my life every day. And the more I talk to Papa, I can't get enough of talking to Papa.